Hello, and welcome to Explaining the Meta, Dogs. As per usual, this video will pertain primarily to Domination Mode, though this information could help you out in land battles or campaign as well. So, dogs. Chaos Warhounds, Wolf Rats, Scurvy Dogs, whatever you got, they occupy a pretty weird spot on most Total War rosters. If you've played any amount of campaign, you've probably tried them, found they're just pretty useless in campaign. Their stats are really low, they're really squishy, they route off almost immediately, and probably substitute them out for something else pretty early in your campaigns. Yet, when you see high-level tournament play, high-level players take these guys all the time. Whether it's Skaven Wolf Rats or like the Chaos Warhounds, they're taken in almost every competitive build. Let's talk about why that is. So the one big thing that dogs have going for them is their speed. Speed in multiplayer, specifically high-level multiplayer, gives you the ability to choose your engagements and find your ideal engagements. What I mean by that is, if an opposing infantry unit is walking at your Warhounds, you have enough speed, you're so much faster than them, that when they're walking at you, you can say, okay, I want to fight you, or fuck that shit, I'm out, and just leave. Speed gives you that ability. That's called choosing your engagements. And most units in the game want to find their ideal engagements, and having that speed allows you to do it. That's why things like Slaanesh are so strong. Having this 150 cav allow pro players, high-level players, to really pick their own engagements, and can often have their units trade up despite a lack of stats just by having a good engagement. So, now we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about what is a good engagement for dog units. There's two primary functions of dog units, two roles that they occupy in a roster. The first is on aggressive factions like Warriors of Chaos, Vampire Counts, although it can be used with any dog unit, and that is as a backline assassination tool. They can sneak around the sides, get onto squishy archers or artillery pieces, and shoot them up very, very quickly. They have a very high damage output because their models are so small. They often pile in and can have almost all of their models in melee and applying their damage, whereas a bulkier cav unit may only have their front rank in melee, while the rest are stacked up behind, unable to actually make melee contact. So these guys actually have a surprisingly high damage output despite their low stats. And that can mean they can tear apart lightly armored and low melee defense units like archers and artillery very, very quickly. So that's the first use. It's that backline diving tool, usually best paired with other diving tools so that they're not focused down. They really don't want to be getting hit because they are very, very squishy. That's why they don't occupy the role of contesting mobility very well. They don't fight cav very well because they don't want to take the charge. If they take a charge, they will die almost immediately, or at least they'll rout off, except for the undead ones. The undead ones can do a little bit better in that regard, but still not super well. The other role they can occupy is that of a sweeper unit, a unit that comes in and protects your backline. As I mentioned, they have a very, very high DPS, especially when they're rear charging. So if there's enemy cav in your backline, you can summon these guys in, rear charge that cav, and do quite a good deal of damage very, very quickly, especially if that cav is lightly armored, or if you have some of the more AP options like Wolf Rats. They can also do a very, very good job of DPSing down monsters, manticores, dragons, whatever, because again, all their models can circle it and just chew away at it and just munch on it very, very quickly. The other role they can sometimes help out with is helping deal with skirmish cav, though they struggle to do that on their own. Again, they're very, very squishy, and skirmish cav tends to be almost as fast as them. So they have a very hard time catching the skirmish cav in a timely fashion. They have some missile resist that allows them to take some shots without routing off immediately, but generally if you want to shut down skirmish cav, you're going to need something to help them with it. Though they can be very, very strong in that role in the right context. Kind of a difficult topic to nail down. The other thing that makes them very, very strong in domination mode is that they are Vanguard deploy, which means that they are one of the best tools to kind of protect your spawn. If your opponent pushes through your spawn zones, you can summon these guys to punish very, very easily. If they have cav coming through on a flank, so you can summon these guys right behind them and rear charge like I talked about before, or anything else coming through your spawn. Again, it's just a very, very useful tool, especially for a less mobile faction like Skaven, to have that quick unit be able to summon in on your spawn zone and punish anything that's coming in to punish your gun lines. Anything that push your gun lines, get on top of your missiles, shut them down, and you can counter that with these guys. That's all we got for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked, if you found it helpful, please leave a comment, or drop a like, leave a comment. Please subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. Trying to grow the channel. Really appreciate it. That's all I got for today. Look for more content coming out pretty soon. Thank you so much. See you next time.